Well, hi, thank you, and welcome back to The Mother You Know, The Woman You Don't, a podcast by three everyday women who are just kind of sitting around talking about their relationship with their mother and how crazy that may or may not be. We are recently looping in all of our friends and family, and this week is no exception. We have another friend of mine, Debbie Bucko, who has Debbie and I did not grow up together. We did not know each other for well, probably 20 something years now, but we met through my husband um, when we both worked at the county and just have become really close friends and stayed in contact over the years. Debbie was actually, and mom didn't know this, but Debbie was actually with me when I went into labor with my daughter. We were at a baseball game, and she and I come out going, I'm bleeding. I think my plug fell out. And she's standing there looking at me because Debbie had not had kids at this point. And I'm thinking, she's just looking at me going, I don't know. And I'm going, yeah, I did. What is it? What do you think it is? And we're both going, I don't know what it is. So we're standing in a softball urinal. I think we were in the same stall, just looking at each other going, what is that? What is this? So I don't know. So our relationship is close, pretty close, close enough. So it's always and Debbie's always good for a good laugh. I just always have enjoyed her. So we're going to talk to her today about her mother. She's got the experience of having a really great relationship with her own mom, being a stepmother, and then being a mother to her daughter, Amy. So Debbie, why don't you tell us a little bit about, just tell us generally, where were you born? Where were you raised? Tell us about your mom and dad. And then we'll just talk a little bit about your mom and her history.
Okay. I was born and raised in Houston in the Aldine area. Lived there all of my life until I married my first husband. And we still lived in Houston. But my parents, they were raised in a place close to Waco, Roseback, Texas, and it was called Warren Hill. And they actually lived next door to each other, but didn't like each other, didn't notice each other until my father went off to the Marines. And when he came back, he said, "Ooh, she looks really good. She's grown up since I've been gone." And mom said he took her to school one day, and that was it. They fell in love, and they were married 63 years.
Oh,
The year
Oh
he
my
passed away,
goodness. Yeah.
2017, it was
yeah.
63 years. And
Wow.
great parents, great, and I'm like, great
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah.
I couldn't have asked for better.
Yeah. Yeah. And you have a brother, right?
I do have a brother.
Yes.
He is 7 years older than I am. So it's like I was raised as an only child.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, he
You're the
was
baby.
already, he was out of high school. I mean, elementary. I followed him, but he was always 1 year, 2 years ahead of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're still in close contact. He actually still living in my parents' place in Aldine. And since they passed, I mean, he's been there, so taking care of everything. But one day we will sell it.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's a great house. I've been over there and I think I remember it, it's a good house.
it really is.
It.
And
Yeah.
actually, with Harvey, when Harvey hit, it flooded everything, so it's been rebuilt from the ground up.
Oh, nice.
So,
Okay.
so it's like a new house.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. One of the
wouldn't go.
things is, I'm sorry. Your mom and dad. So she saw that Marine uniform. That's what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can't blame her.
Do you know how long they dated before they got married, or was it,
You
or was
know,
she still in school?
she was still in. So they got married. She was 17. She graduated though, and but they got married. She was 17, and he was 8 years older than her.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's a big gap. And like she said, had she known that gap was as big as it was, they kind of grew up differently, because he was older. She had to get, become more of an adult when she was still a kid, type thing. She said it made her grow up faster.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, that's the gap between me and Dwayne is 8 years.
I know.
Your buddy, and it is a grow up. We spend a lot of time of each looking at him going, "You're so old. What are you talking about?" We
Yes.
don't see things at all the same, so I understand
It's
that.
like, it's like, really? Don't you want to go somewhere? No, not really. Well, why not? Sit in the house all the time. I mean, it's just an age difference.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
my mom she was one of the kindest people that I've ever known. I mean, oh, God, I'm going to cry.
It's okay.
I loved her dearly. And
It was really hard. I lost.
my best friend in October of 2017. Then my dad in December of 2017. And then my mother in January of 2019. So
Yeah.
it was like bam, bam, bam. It was rough.
Yeah,
But we
that was your
had,
trifecta.
woo,
Yeah,
I used to say, life is really good. And then that hit. Shouldn't have said
yeah,
anything.
yeah, yeah,
I shouldn't have said anything, but it was tough. But so she and I talked to her 3, 4 times a day.
yeah.
I'd eat lunch at my desk. I'd call her, "What are you doing?" She goes, "You must be eating lunch." Yes, and I'd hang up, and a couple hours later, I'd call her back and say, "Popped in, I'm about to go to sleep." She goes, "I'm," she was always there. And then poof, you don't have her.
Yeah,
That's what was really hard
yeah,
to get
yeah,
used to.
yeah.
So,
And what do you remember most about your mom growing up? Like when you were a kid, what is it that you remember most about her? Um,
Well, what was her
for
name?
me,
We're just starting.
Linda.
her name was
Okay.
Linda.
Linda.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
The most thing that I remember about is that all of my friends wanted her to be their mom.
yeah,
They would come over and talk to her, and as we got into the teenage years, especially all my girlfriends she would listen and she would guide you. She wouldn't tell you no, no, no. She let you live. She let you make your own mistakes. That she would guide you. Give you advice type things. She is always. It's funny because I would go from school to school to school with her. She worked as a secretary in the elementary schools in the area that we were. I think I went to 5 different schools in elementary because I would follow her to her schools.
yeah,
And I just always wanted to be with her, and with this her.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
What kind of traditions did y'all have growing up? Do you remember like any traditions, especially now that you've got your own kids, that you kind of pass on, or what do you think you take most from her?
it's funny because the main thing it was, the normal Thanksgiving.
Hmm.
I mean, everybody had to be there at 12 o'clock. Mom's house. We're eating, and that was something that we had to do it. I mean, it was a tradition, and if you missed it, it was not good for you. Type thing. Christmas, Mother's Day, everything. We went to her house and we had it. But I find that, my kids have their own lives
Yeah,
and they have their wives, families, and everything. So it's all a hit or miss something now.
yeah,
It's not like, okay, you have to be here. It's how you can,
yeah,
type thing with us. But Mom, she would want everybody there.
yeah,
And, but it has totally changed with the newer generation.
yeah. Do you think
I would
that's
say.
do you think that's a good or bad thing? Because we
I
the
think,
same thing. I feel the same way. Like we always had traditions where it was like we did this with mom. This is what we
hmm
do. But the same thing with us is that it feels totally different. And I don't know that it's broken. You know what I mean? Like you say, oh, it's a broken tradition or whatever. I don't know that it's broken. It just is different. So I don't know how I feel because like Mother's Day yesterday was good, but um, I just don't know if it's good or bad.
I don't think it's broken. I think things
Yeah.
have changed and you have to revolve around the change. I mean, you just have to. And if you want, I don't want to put pressure on my kids. If they want to come, you come. It's like my middle son, Eric, he texted me yesterday, "I'm sorry I'm not there with you today."
Yeah.
And because he's always the one that's here.
Yeah.
But he just got married,
Yeah.
and he has another family and they did a little thing in Conroe, which was, it was fine. I mean, I had a good day. Everybody wishing me happy Mother's Day. Walter cooked breakfast for me,
Yeah.
and it was a good day. I rested. That's what I
Yeah.
did.
Oh,
So,
best day ever.
yeah, it was. I got to read my book and slept.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
So it was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So what was your mother like when you went into high school and started growing and you know, dating and things like that? How was your mom as you grew up? Like as you started, dating in high school and when you got married, how was she responsive to all those changes? Because that's, what I'm really interested in nowadays is watching how people experience change.
Change.
Yeah.
Mom was always really good. I can't say enough about how her patience, her kindness, and she loved everybody. I went to high school. There was a few guys I dated that she did not care for, and I don't blame her. As I look back, um, but, I dated a guy in high school, and I married him, and we were married 8 months. I dated him from my sophomore year through graduation and everything, and we got married, I guess, a year out of school. Lasted 8 months. My mother
Yeah.
knew. My father
Yeah.
knew.
Yeah. What, that it
My
was going to
dad
last that long?
knew it wasn't gonna
Yeah.
last. I can remember my father walking me down the aisle, and he said, "I'll give you $1,000 cash if you'll turn around and walk out this door with me."
Yeah.
Boy, I
Oh my
wish I'd have taken
goodness.
that
Yeah.
money.
And invested it, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Why do
But
you think? I mean, did you understand now? I would always say that, like, were you just so madly in love, or did you have else like this, or?
I think I did. But I knew my parents had put so much money into it.
Mm.
You know, it was, we were too young, too young. That's one thing I stress to kids. It's like, you got your whole life to be married. That's your whole life to be married. But we were too young. But that's what everybody else was doing. So why not do it?
Yeah.
That's the way it was
Yeah.
back then.
Do you
That's
feel
the
like
way
this
it
is
was.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're
going to be disappointed from a financial standpoint? Because I mean, like, I know people who have said that all, like, their parents have put all this money into it. Again, who didn't know it shook? But like, where's the balance in that? I mean, did you?
No, the main thing with them is they knew he wasn't the right person. They knew
They
it.
still supported your decision.
They did. I don't know why.
This would have been one of those times that dragged me out screaming.
Exactly. It's like kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
How
So,
old
so
were you?
true.
How old were
so
you?
Debbie.
I was 20.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I was
still
20.
young.
So did you go to college?
I did
Debbie?
not.
You did
I
not.
went to I graduated high school, and I became a hairdresser.
Oh, okay.
And I did that for 3 years, I think. Yeah, 3 years. And then I went to the county. I went to the county in 1983. And I worked there for 35 years. And it was a great job. It really was.
Yeah.
You helped people, you guided people. I enjoyed the job. But at the end, I'm glad I'm retired now. Things are definitely different.
Yeah, so is your brother over here.
But he can't let go of it. He can't
Yeah,
let
no,
go
I
of
know.
some of it.
Listen, Linda, don't start. Don't bring it up and don't start. Yeah.
And I got to tell you this story too. It's funny because my mother knew Dwayne.
Yeah.
My mother was the head of the cafeteria in Alva High School.
Yeah.
And Dwayne
my
would come through the
goodness.
line.
Yeah.
Dwayne would come through the line, and she'd load him up. She'd give him two, type things. But it's funny because he and I met as a county, and he knew my mother.
Yeah.
Oh.
So fun. That's so sweet. So you worked at the county, which is where. So you didn't marry in between the first.
No.
Okay, so you've only been married twice. Okay. So you married him, and then how long were you at the county when you met Walter?
I was at the county. We met. Okay, I started in '83, and we met and we married in '88.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
um, and we've been married 36 years this
Yeah.
year.
Congratulations on that.
He's a great guy.
Congratulations.
I
You met
couldn't
him
have
at the
asked for
county?
better. I did
Yeah.
meet him at the county. Did you
Yes, I
with
did.
you, or
Or like
he did? He
Okay.
worked in the court right next to me.
Yeah.
Yep. And
But
what is yours? Were your parents more supportive of that marriage? Or
well,
did Daddy offer you another 1,000 to get out of there?
no, it's funny because, and this is a true story. One Thanksgiving, um, my mother saw my ex-husband at the grocery store and invited him over to the Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then my father saw an old boyfriend at a Jez Hardware and invited him over. Well, and then I was bringing Walter over, for Thanksgiving. So everybody starts showing up on my brother's stepmother back porch, and he goes, "Oh, this is going to be a good one. Going to be a good one." But it's funny. My dad, when he met Walter, he knew.
Yeah.
And Walter actually asked my dad, for my hand in marriage. And he said, "Well, I was waiting for you to ask," because he knew.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
and it was a short engagement. I'd say we dated, see, 7 months.
Yeah.
7 or 8 months. And then we got married, and we've been married 36 years.
Yeah.
So it was one of those soulmate things.
Yeah. Yeah. And how is your mom as a mother-in-law in your life? Yeah.
Oh, my mother
She's best.
loved him. Loved him.
He hit the jackpot, didn't he?
He did. He did. And he was so good when she was sick. I mean,
Yeah.
he did anything and everything for her.
Yeah.
And they had a cute little relationship. So,
Yeah, that's
but it was
Mom and Dwayne, because they go off and are out in the garden and out and doing the things, and me and my dad will just be looking at each other where they go, "I don't know, they're outside."
Yeah.
Moms like
we
that. We knew some of the same songs, some of the same TV shows.
No.
Yeah, that
It's
8
a
years makes a
geriatric.
difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Mom's like that with my husband too. Like if we go up there,
Yes.
I agree with
Mr.
reason working or
Mr.
we
Cute
and
Dimples. Yeah.
my mom
Yeah.
and Jerry would go off antiquing and then I would goes at the house and
That's true.
time I get a text message and they're eating ice cream at the little parlor inside and they went
That's
antiquing
right.
and
We
running
did.
around
Yes,
and
we did.
Jerry could haul out in a
Yes.
kayak in the middle of the lake. And I'm like, just please. And he was prepared to jump in if she fell out. But, I mean, it's.
I
But I
was
think that's a
not going to fall
blessing.
out. Yeah. Yeah.
My buddy's on you would have fallen out, but that's all right. But
So,
I think
yes.
especially just for some reason I found myself on the side of TikTok where it's like mother-in-law disaster stories. And
Yeah.
I'm blessed to have an amazing mother-in-law. I feel like our mother is amazing. Your mother is amazing. And not everybody has that. And not everybody has good mothers either. Like a lot of people, and we're like, your stories, obviously, you just know people who don't have good relationships with their mothers.
It's true.
And it's like, so any mess up, and I basically, any screwed up that I am is really not about my mom. It's just about
thank
life in general.
goodness.
I know, right?
Thank goodness.
So we're very blessed as a collective to have somewhat normal mothers, because that trickles into not just, it doesn't just affect our relationships with our mothers, but it affects relationships with their son-in-laws or their other daughter-in-laws or their grandchildren and all that kind of stuff. And that's what this keeps they turn into screwing out of multiple generations.
You're right.
That's
You're
true.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, you're out there, right?
My mother-in-law was
Yeah.
great as well. Sweetest woman you'd ever want to meet. And my father-in-law, I loved him dearly. He went too soon. And both Walter and I, both had lost our parents.
Yeah.
And stuff,
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
now you're the ones that are doing all the guiding.
Yeah. Oh, crap.
And if you're like me, I feel like not qualified to do that. Y'all don't depend on me.
Exactly.
And so one of my cousins who was older than me, he said he said something and he goes, "Yeah, you're going to be the guiding light of our family." And I was like, "Bro, you don't want this guiding anything. Like I can't read a map. I'm not even good with Siri. Like you don't want this
Yeah,
happening. You
really.
want me leading anything. So I'll go and cheer for y'all, but you don't want me to lead."
It's funny. It's funny.
No, but tell me about your mom. Okay, so you and Walter had gotten married. You've already gone into. You went from having no kids, and now you. Did you say you're not in your 30s? No, you're still.
No,
So
I
you're
was 25.
yes. Oh, so you're becoming a
Wow.
stepmom at
Mm-hmm.
25. And how was that transition? Going from because that's young.
Oh, very
Young.
young.
Yeah. How
And
old were the
they
boys
were
when you met
young.
them?
Eric was 1 and Adam was 4.
Hey, it's the same age as
Oh,
Mariah and
that's
Ariel. We had
young.
like the
Yeah.
same story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And 2 boys. I didn't know how to take care of kids. I mean, but it really came natural for me. Once I got the rhythm down of how you're supposed to put the diaper on a
Yeah.
little boy, I was good to go, And Adam was self-sufficient. He was already 4. I just had to make sure he had clean clothes and baths and dinner on the table and all that. But we all had I mean, it was really, I don't know, it was, my mom said, it was just like a replacement of my cat, because I used to, as a baby, I
Yeah.
dressed my dolls up. She said, now you got real ones.
Yeah.
Now you got real kids. But we all have a good relationship. You talked about the boys' moms.
Yeah.
She and I have a great relationship. She comes to everything that I have. I go to everything that she has. We always have done it that way. She and I played Lunko once a month together with a
Yeah.
group of girls, all of her high school friends.
Yeah.
And that's been going on for about 5 years now. And she's a good person. I mean, and it helped having all of us on the same page. It helped the
Yeah.
kids. They didn't see a bunch of fighting and talking ugly about, the other parent. We shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's what inspired for like is my stepdaughter's mother. That's something that we've tried to do as well. When we're still getting to know each other, obviously.
Mhm.
And I think it was just a very unconscious thing on both of our parts. And we've talked about it, and we text each other and talk about kid stuff, and just I think that it makes something seldom I've imagined maybe for you too, but like I only had nieces and nephews over to this point, and so like I ask her all the time, how's the thing that the kids eat? Like, is the oldest says this, or stuff like that, because I don't know, and she's their mom, she does. Right. She does how to raise her kids. And so I feel like when you can have that great relationship, I mean, she's of course stories too about bickering and infighting and awful.
Terrible. Some of it is awful. Yeah. And
I'm in a shan.
I've seen a lot of that, especially in the court system when I was in family court. It was awful. And a lot of times that's because, either the other person still has feelings for their ex. It's like they don't want it to be, they don't want the divorce to happen or anything. But I've been lucky. And even her, I mean, she's thanked me over the years for being the influence I have been on the boys. Some good, some bad. They always remember the worst stories, okay? Every get together I hear, I hear Adam tell the story that I remember the girl one time that I was singing, read the song, and he was going to be a big boy and sing it with me, and I turned and looked at him and said, if you don't know the words, don't sing it. And he was little, but he remembers all that.
Well, of course you remember the petty stuff, Patty. We did
I
it.
told him, I said, y'all remember some good stuff that I did? It's funny.
When you married Walter and you became a mom, was that for your parents, was that the first grandchildren, or did your brother already got kids at that point?
My brother had a little boy.
That little boy.
But they did not get to see him very much.
Okay. What was your mom like as far as people, like, as a grandmother?
She was a typical granny. Anything they wanted, they got. And Adam was a little bit older, so he didn't say as much as Eric did, but Eric used to like to go over there and spend the night. So she'd stole them. I mean, that's what she did. She loved them just like they were hers.
Yeah.
I mean, and like I said, they came into our life so young that they are mine. I mean, I call them mine,
Yeah.
and I don't call myself a stepmother.
Yeah.
I'm a bonus mom.
Yes. Lydia calls herself bonus lolly.
Yeah.
She's
That's
a bonus
it.
lolly.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
is.
Or
Very
step
good.
lolly.
Yeah.
What did you
I'm
say?
a
Step
step lolly, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Which is funny because they didn't want to call you Lolly in the beginning. They were like,
Yeah.
no, we're not calling you that for whatever reason. And then once they heard everybody else say his mom, that everybody calls me that, they found
Yeah.
into it. So I'm a step Lolly.
And stuff.
Yeah.
That's good. The boys do call me Debbie. Now,
Yeah.
Adam, when he called me yesterday, he said, I do everything, Mom.
Yeah.
But normally they'll call me Debbie.
Yeah. So fast forward. So you and Walter have the kids, have the boys, and y'all are cruising along. And I had asked you about Amy because you had Amy a little later in life. Not too late, but I guess later in life. And was Amy a surprise, or had you been just actively planning on her?
Well, let me tell you that story. Everything was going great in our lives. We were talking about, what we were going to do. And when the boys, Adam was 15, Eric was 11, and getting a travel trailer. We're going to travel. We're going to do this. Well, I stood in the kitchen one afternoon and I prayed. I said, God, I said, everything's great. All we need is a little girl. And I am not lying to you. Within 2 months, I was pregnant with Amy.
Yeah. And had
So,
you been
be glad-
trying up to then, or were you just
No,
no?
no, no, we've been married 10 years.
Yeah, and just living life.
And,
And
I
then-
didn't think I could have kids. I really
Oh,
didn't
really?
think I could.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because you've had
You've
marriage.
No,
You've been
it's not
rocking
so-
natural for 10 years and just
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah.
Well, I had been on things, and then I
Yeah.
was taken off because of my age and how long I've been
Yeah.
on it. And like I said, I was 36. And when I had her, I was 36. Well, 2 weeks after that, I turned 37. So it was a elderly pregnancy, is what
Yeah.
they called it.
So
Geriatric
mean.
pregnancy.
No,
Not
not very
that old.
much.
Not that old.
An elderly pregnancy. Thank you very much. But and it's funny because I took the test and it said I was. I took another test and it said I wasn't. And I took another test and it said I was. I went through stunning. I can remember sitting in the Walmart parking lot doing one of the tests.
How
And
did
it
you
said
pee
I
on it?
was.
Wait, how did you
pop
pee
it
on it?
quiet
Joel?
next to the car?
No, I had a little cup that I did that and I brought it with me. But what's so bad is that the test that said it was negative was the test that I went to the doctor for.
Oh,
And then so I kept taking them. I told Walter, and I know I
Yeah.
am.
yeah.
So finally, they did the blood test,
Yeah.
and I was real pregnant.
Yeah.
You imagine getting pulled over with a cup of piddle in your. He was like, Mr. Officer. Getting a freaking bump.
Four
That's right.
pregnancy tests in your hand and a cup of pee. And
And my steps are expensive.
Yeah, they are. What was it that like? If you really want to be one to the dollar store, you gotta go to Walmart and get the good name brand. You know, they're like this stuff on my name all pregnancy test. You didn't do that.
And then she came. Like I said, the boys, Adam was 15, Eric was 11, and then she showed up. So it was a good thing.
Yeah.
Now they're all grown. It's great.
yeah. How did you feel when so you're now a first time birth mom. How did you feel throughout your pregnancy? Were you excited about giving birth? Were you worried about giving birth and being a mom, or did it just feel, this is what we're going to do?
I had a great pregnancy. I wasn't sick. You can ask your husband. I ate everything in sight. and he was normally with me.
Yeah. In the
And
buffet line.
I can remember one day we were walking back in the office, and I mean, I was probably maybe 3 weeks from delivering, and it was like, oh, I stopped, and the honey goes, oh no, you're not. You are not having that baby here. No, you're not. So I know I bet it's down. But he was always so worried about that. Well, I thought that was funny. But no, it was a great pregnancy. I mean, I had I worked out every single day up until that time. And then I thought, great, I don't have to work out anymore. That was a bad idea. I mean, I drank Coke. I never drank
Yeah.
Coke. I
Yeah.
wanted Coke, cheese enchiladas, hot wings. I wanted junk.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, the night that I did deliver, Walter was coming home from work, and I was ready for him. I was sitting on the couch, dressed, cleaned up, and everything. We were going to dinner. She get hot wings. And it was like, oh, I can't wait, because I was just craving them.
Nothing delicious.
And, oh, they were so good.
It was so good.
And I told him, I said, I gotta go to the bathroom. He goes, all right. No, man, came back. Oh, what's the bathroom again? He goes, you just went. I went, I gotta go in. So I went, and that's when my water broke.
In the bathroom at Hooters.
And at the house before we left.
Oh.
I was mad because
But say, I've been pissed trying to get my
Oh,
name
my
Hooters.
let me tell you, I was mad because you know what I got? I got Coke
Non-Hooters.
from Sonic. I got Coke from Sonic and chicken strips
Oh,
from
see?
Sonic.
It's not the same.
No, it was not the same. And then I was in labor. I was in labor for 26 hours.
Oh my goodness.
26 hours.
And you eat chicken wings.
Did you
Oh,
agree chicken
and-
wings like at the hospital after that? Because that
No, you know
that
what
would
I
have been
got?
nice.
The doctor sat next to me, and we split a tuna fish sandwich after it was all over with.
That's not the same. That's
That's
not
a
No,
major
it
disappointment.
wasn't.
No. Let's say that one night day.
It was not the same.
But
But I
that's
tell
what
you,
you
Walter,
And that's pretty if we be some Hooters hot wings. And that is great. Push tip right there.
yeah, But he stood there on his feet, almost being tired. He still had his county badge on. I got pictures of him just
Oh,
telling me.
Walter did?
Yeah. When the contractions would hit, he sees badge hanging. But it was
He sought out police
something.
there.
Yeah, really. His mom called too. I was in labor. I grabbed his pad and pulled him down and said, tell her you have to go. He goes, you sounded like the devil.
Was your mom there? Like, because your mom pregnant also?
Oh, yeah. My mom was there. Yeah, everybody was there.
Yeah.
Were you
Everybody
one of
was
those,
there. Like, we're cool with people being in the room. We had no kid. I was just being all there.
I didn't care who was in there. The only person I'm not going to say that. There was one person that I didn't want in there, but she came in anyway. But, needless to say.
But your mom was there.
My mom was there, Walter was there, my daddy was there, their best friends were there, my best friend was there.
What hospital was this?
It was in the Woodlands.
Because now
In
they're
the
like
Woodlands.
one person.
Oh, they had a huge birthing room. I mean, it was big.
In the
Now
beauty
only
area?
like 4, yeah, and if really only 3 people, I think. 3, yeah, because Walter, Mom, and Diana, my girlfriend, they were in all the time. One could go out, and then somebody could come in.
Yeah.
So-
So usually it's like 3. I think we had 3.
Yeah.
3 in there.
Which
out
one?
of-
Like, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead. I don't have
No,
a
I
question.
was going to ask about, like, you know, your mother, because I was in, we told a story like a couple episodes ago, you know, that I was in the room whenever Ariel and Freddie were born, and Mom was all in there, and, like, I remember looking at Mom and Dorcas and their dynamic during that time, and just Mom, you know, the only thing I think, like, everybody's there for the baby, but your mom is there for you.
For you.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, like, what was
Yeah,
that?
that's
Do you remember
true.
the interaction with you and your mom during that time and what that kind of felt like, or?
Well, Walter was around me the most of the time. Mama had to stay a little bit away. she tried to help and calm me and everything, but mainly my focus was on him. I wanted him next to the bed by me.
Yeah.
And he did. And then when it was over with, you know how they would get them on the baby?
Mhm.
Well, it was in labor so long, they took her over to check her out, and he started singing her happy birthday.
Oh,
It was sweet.
Walter.
Him and
Yeah.
Mom were over there, and I'm going, "Hey, what about me? I'd like to see her what she looks like." But both of them went over there.
yeah.
But
Hey,
it
and
was
how?
it.
Go ahead.
No, you went.
I was just going to say, I was just going to start asking about the kids and the dynamic between the kids and adding a little sister to the mix of all these boys. And how did that, kind of change your family dynamic with your
It,
kids?
it's kind of funny because um, Eric was kind of like my buddy, you know. He'd go grocery shopping or he'd go Walmart or Target with me every weekend when he was here. And every time he went, he got something, you know.
Mhm.
He'd go to the toy section and did it. And when he found out that I was pregnant, he goes, "Well, I guess this messes up the Walmart run." And he was 11 years old.
Oh no.
But when she got here, it was funny because the boys wouldn't let anybody go to the country unless they washed their hands and put some sanitizer
Yeah.
on. And they did that to everybody. But Adam was already 15, so Eric was much closer, to Amy because he was there more.
Yeah.
Adam was working, 15, 16 years old. He was working. And, but they all have good relationships. They're just like any other siblings. They have their ups and downs, but they love each other very
Yeah.
much.
I just wondered if
And
that girl come in and softened all those boys because you're
mm-mm.
living in
No.
boy town.
No, she got as right as they are.
Oh,
That's what happened there.
oh, she just toughened up. She just joined the crew.
she toughened up. So
Yeah, we don't have soft stuff around here either.
yeah, we don't at all. I tried
Yeah.
the dresses, the ribbons, and all that kind of stuff, but now she went with the boys.
Makes
That's a good
sense.
time.
What about your mom and dad with her? Your mom is
Oh,
now grandmother because Amy's the only daughter. I mean, only granddaughter, right?
mhm,
She's
mhm.
she's about to be the princess of this group.
Well,
And how's your mother?
when I had to go back to work, I had found a lady to take care of Amy. She only took care of one other kid, and everybody recommended her, but she was older. She was like in her 70s, I think. And I was crazy for even doing that. So I took her over there for maybe 3 or 4 months. And then the other lady that was there had a little boy about Amy's age. Well, she put a recorder in her bag because she could tell her son, he just didn't like being there. He cried a lot. And recorded it. Now, the little old lady was very sweet to Amy, but she wasn't very sweet to the little boy. I mean, she didn't hurt him or anything, but she didn't talk sweet to me. And after that, I called my mom and I said, "I'm gonna have to find, some place for Amy because I'm not taking her back over there." And my parents were just retiring and everything. They were gonna travel and all that. And nope. Mama said, "You bring her here." And they raised her until school age.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She stayed there and um, she didn't go to get daycare. I mean, they were very much involved in their church and everything. So she got to do all of that, vacation Bible school and Sunday school, teaching, that kind of stuff. And everybody was so close and they shut school. And um, I was just so thankful. I was so thankful I didn't have to put her anywhere,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So it just was.
That's always such a blessing because it was like
Oh,
that with mom and the kids.
Yeah.
It was either Manuel's mom at first, and then when his mom kept, I think, the girls for a couple of years, and then she just got tired, raising babies, and then they went to the daycare, and mom and her sisters were running the daycare, so
oh,
they were always with my mom and with aunts. So I
yeah.
never, I mean,
One,
Cody
two-
never hit the ground.
Yeah. It wasn't too long before Mariah was running the daycare too, okay?
Yeah.
So, you know,
Boss.
and we let her. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So our
Yeah.
kids never had to hit the ground, with strangers either. We were just always really
Yeah.
lucky that way. So I always think that's a huge, huge blessing. And it's a huge sacrifice for, I know Miguel's mom made the sacrifice, and it is a sacrifice, but it's such a good one.
It
Yeah.
is. It is.
But just
And I look
speaking,
back on it.
yeah,
Go ahead.
just speaking from a grandmother's point, it's a blessing to us. Grateful that we got to hang on to them and spend time with them and love them and all that. So, yeah,
I'm
I bet she's
thankful
agree.
for the raising part.
Yes,
The
yeah.
raising part. I mean, I thank them over and over for that. And I mean, I couldn't have asked for better parents to help raise my child. So,
Yeah.
and y'all make me cry. Y'all make the things that make me cry.
Well, share them if you feel like sharing them.
Yeah.
Because I do want to talk to you about your mother, and I know I know your daddy, he wasn't sick, or was he sick for a while?
No,
Because your
this
daddy
was
passed away
quick.
first. Okay, his was sudden.
Yeah.
Okay.
We found out that he had lung cancer and had metastasized to his brain
Mhm.
and everything. So he was doing radiation on his brain. It was found out in August and he was gone in December. So it was very quick. Very quick. And
And you said they had been married 65 years, right?
63.
63 years. Okay.
Yeah. When he passed. And she had lung cancer too.
Mhm.
And none of us knew it.
Yeah.
She was taking care of him in the rehab place. He was transitioning, coming home, and she got to where she couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
Well, she wouldn't go to the doctor or anything. So once Dad had passed, we took her immediately to the doctor, and they found a cancerous tumor on her left femur. But
Mhm.
it started out as lung cancer.
Mhm.
And it metastasized to her femur, to her spine, and it eventually went into her brain.
Yeah.
So, and I can remember Daddy saying, "You need to take your mom to the doctor because her back's hurting." And she said, "We'll deal with you first, and then we'll deal with me."
Yeah.
And it was the cancer
Yeah.
in her back.
Yeah. And that's typical moms right there.
Oh yeah, it
Typical
is.
moms.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you what, she was a trooper. I mean, we went to Indiana every Saturday, and she did a chemo pill. It wasn't the back chemo, and she took that all the way up until they couldn't give her anything else to help,
Mhm.
And but Sassy, as the day is long, I'm telling you, she lost weight. She goes, "Oh, I'm sassy." She put her clothes on. And makeup. She put her makeup on every day.
Yeah.
I knew when it was getting towards the end because she could tell she was tired. So
Yeah.
she wasn't getting dressed and she wasn't putting her face on and everything. But it just amazed me how she held up all the way. But that's just her. That was her.
Yeah.
She could be hurting and you never know it,
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
So tough.
Yeah. And how long was she? You said 2 years? She was
It
sick
was a
for 2
year.
years? A year.
Dad died December 2017.
Yeah.
She died January of 2019.
Mhm.
So it was
Yeah.
a year and 15 days
Yeah.
that and it was weird because again, cancer didn't run in our family. I mean, we have heart attacks.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that has
Oh, so
passed
do we.
is usually a heart attack. Yeah,
So do we.
it's heart attacks. So it was a shock that they had
Yeah.
cancer.
Yeah.
It really
Hmm.
was.
Yeah. And never,
But
nothing. It's just out of nowhere. Yeah.
well, Dad worked for the railroad for all those years, so there was a lot of asbestos,
I
and
know.
that contributed to his. But hers, we don't know why. I mean, it
Yeah.
could have been him her washing his clothes all those years. You just don't
Could have
know.
been. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just never know. So,
And how was she? I don't know. I don't know how to ask this without how did she sounds like she didn't or like not that she didn't have a hard time, but how did she adjust to being after being together 60 something years? I feel like that would be such a hard adjustment to be alone, or did she not have time because she was sick?
She never adjusted to that.
Yeah.
She always missing, and she and matter of fact, when it was getting closer to the end, she told me twice that he came to her
Yeah.
and wanted her to come with him.
Yeah.
And so I knew that things were trickling down, and we always made her feel, let her know that it was okay, because
Yeah.
she didn't want to leave us off, and it doesn't. But we let her know we're gonna be all right,
Yeah.
Gonna be sad, but we're
Yeah.
gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And it's something. It's a story there too, because my cousin had a dream that my mama was in a bed, and she sat up and said, "I'm not going until Bud comes and gets me." Well, Bud was her brother.
Yeah.
Well, he died on December the 31st, 2018. We buried him on January the 5th, 2019, and that's the day my mother died.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
So he came and got her.
Yeah.
She waited.
Yeah.
But it's just weird how it all, it's like, and I was there. I had walked in, she was in hospice, and I had walked in and signed in, and I went to her room, and I put my hand, as I always did, I put my hand on her chest, and I said, "Mom, you're going to be so happy. All your sisters are here. Everybody's coming to see you because of the funeral. Everybody was in town." And they like that, and it happened, and I went up to the nurse. I said, "I think my mom's passed." She goes, "No, baby, she has not. I was just in there 15 minutes ago."
Yeah.
She came in and she checked her. She goes, "You're right." She didn't want to be there, but she knew I was in the building. I walked in and signed in and came in, and she was gone.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
I'm sorry.
Wow.
I am sorry for that because I remember that being because of your friend, your best friend, your dad.
Oh man, it was
just a
devastating.
rough
Mm-hmm.
3 years, and the strength that it took for you to get through that and be a mom and a parent and work and do all the things. What do you think your greatest lesson from your mom that you learned? What is the greatest lesson you think you'll take with you and hope to pass on to your kids?
I would say always be kind and never judge. Never judge. Everybody has a story, and you don't know it all, but don't judge them. I mean, that's just the way she was. She accepted everybody.
Yeah.
And she always had a kind word, because I could think of something to say about something. She says, "Oh, but you know this." She always came up with something kind or good to say about somebody.
Yeah.
And I hope that I can have instilled that in my kids. And never lie.
Yeah.
That's one thing, never lie. You get in more trouble. Tell the truth, you're going to get in trouble. But if you lie about it, you're really going to get in trouble.
Yeah. I always figured you to be a sassy kid, so I feel like she probably. How much did you test her patience growing up?
Oh, she said it took 3 whippings a day to straighten me out.
That I believe.
And she had this 6-point paddle that we got when we were to 6th grade, and that's what she whipped us with. That 6-point paddle. I love it. This part used to sell tools to beat your children, and that is amazing.
It was the 80s. Hello.
Disney had that. I would have had that on line on the wall. That's brilliant. It's funny.
So she didn't
I
send
think
you.
it's funny.
Yeah, she didn't send you out to get a switch from the tree so she could use it on you.
No, she hit it with that 6-point or her hand. She spanked me a number of times with her hand.
Yeah.
And I was little back then, and I popped down, and she yanked me out. I tried to get it back on the floor, and she popped me again. But she was the one that whipped us. I think my dad whipped me once.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she tore us up.
You want
You
to
turned
know
out
that.
okay. Yeah, you
Right,
turned
you're
out
right.
okay.
If the one man that, oh, go put your nose in the corner, or you're going to have time out. No, you got your rear end whipped.
Yes, to our motto we've been saying around here is that gentle parenting is for gentle kids. That's not what we have.
Well, we were. Yeah.
No, no.
I can't remember who we were talking to, but somebody, and she was saying, "Well, you have to try gentle parenting." I was like, "Oh, well, we got different kids, sister." 'cause I got
Yeah.
kids.
Your kids are feral. You can't be. No. No,
I
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
You get now they get down on their level and speak to them face to face.
Yeah.
Just like that, and you get them talking in the mouth and everything else. Nothing.
And we're
But-
fine.
Yeah, and we made it.
Yeah.
Oh, 80s kids, 90s kids, 70s kids. Oh, that's
What,
fun.
is something we made it to, like Amy's been born and all that. And when you were first becoming a mother, you're kind of, well, you are now mother because you had the boys, but, your first time, birth, whatever. What are some of the parenting, I guess, things or habits or anything that you think you got from your mom as far as like parenting?
I would say the main thing is be in the know the friends, know their parents. Always, keep your hands in the loop. Walter used to call me helicopter mom because I went to everything. I chaperoned, I did all that. But you, especially this day and time, and back then, things were changing. You had to stay in their lives to make sure that they were going to be okay. This is a stuff that goes on in this crazy world that we live in.
Yeah.
But you keep your hands on, know the people that they're with, and look at their phones.
Yeah, so many times that there's just
I'm
Look
so
at their
glad.
phones. You're right. Yeah.
I think
Look at
there's
their
I know when parenting is for fighting needs. So I figured it out as I go with these little girls. And one of the things that Jared, I'm the first one who admits that their love is for sale and I want it kind of thing. And Jared's always like, he tells me all the time, like, I don't care if you hate me. I'm happy to be your friend. And I think that a lot of what you see now is, even not only that his book himself and be mad at me. As I struggle with that is first step around, like if I have to like be stubborn, there was like I'm going to the bedroom, I'm getting Jerry's chest, I'm like, oh my god, you're going to be traumatized, they get hard, but it'll be fine. And I think
They
that
will.
you just can't be their friend, like until they're old enough to, so like, you have a job, maybe we could be friends, but until then, no, till you don't rely on me for anything, kind of thing, but I think that you just have to, you can't be their friend, I would imagine. Yep, y'all old mothers figure out something, so you're wrong with them. But,
Well, they may be mad at you for right now, but they're going to respect you when they get older. Because kids need guidance. They need you to guide them, and they want you to. They're going to tell you they don't, but they do. They want you to. They want your help.
I was having a conversation with the second to oldest one last week, and she's got such a good part, but she kind of had the last word. And so we go back and forth, she goes back and every day. We were having a conversation, because I was with them, and she gets in trouble. That she's talking about she doesn't know. She's terrible, Colonel. Like, you're a terrible bad guy. You'll never make it because you almost did hot. We were having a conversation. I feel like I'm putting her head because I was telling her about everything is a choice. Everything is a choice. You can choose to do whatever. I was like, but you don't get to choose the consequences. Daddy didn't know which is the consequences. No. Papa chooses the consequences. Your mom and your stepdad choose the consequences. Your teachers, they choose the consequences for your actions. And so you can choose to do whatever you want to do. You don't choose the consequences. And she was good. And you can see it touch her head. She goes, so you mean I choose to decide what happens, but my doesn't go. That's not the way it works. We do choose your action. You can do it, A. You'll get to decide what the consequences are going to be. Somebody can get up with this. And I thought that I walked away from that message. Oh my god,
He's like, give it 15 minutes, that'll go away.
I know. But it was just, I think it was a good moment that's as gentle as I'm gonna get. Let's think about it. It's probably as gentle as it's gonna get. Because we'll go, and then she's gonna have the last word. It's correct. You're trying not to laugh either. Because also then thinking she's trying to have the last word, but like, I'm ready to tell the third one down. She's the middle child. And she's so cheeky. If like she's mad about something, she shuts down. She doesn't argue. She'll just sit there and she'll be this death stare. And like, I had to like, I'm down her little level, and I was like, I'm a middle child too. And I've been middle childing way longer than you've been middle childing. I'm not gonna lose this fight. That's what that shit is. I just say don't do it. It's a five. Like she broke down. I was like, I've been middle childing way longer than you've been middle childing. So
That's cute.
So we're taking the mature parenting thing.
yes, 100%. That's for what? She started talking to me. She started conversation. It was so funny because she kept doing this lastly, like once I wanted to stare down. She's like her little hand what was wrong with her. And I could not follow the conversation. I had no idea what she was talking about. Why she was so upset. Baby, listen, and about the message, but I was still playing with like, I don't know if I'd help you. You're going to have to figure that out. They're going to go over. Don't hit your sister. Like, I mean, all the same. Like, I couldn't follow over. But she had an out, and she was fine after that. But, so I'm learning.
And it's 4 girls. 4 girls, right?
It is 4 girls, yeah.
Under 12, right?
So I love talking to mothers and daughters because I'm like, get these in piles, right? On a piece of paper so that you can, like, So, like, how, if you didn't consider it that, you sorry, agree with that. See that Amy, you're doing all your stuff, and she's growing, like, do you feel like, you seem like an awesome lady, so I would assume you feel like you were a good mom. Did you feel like,
I look, I was a good mom. Could have done things. I mean, some things better, I'm sure.
yeah, we know that.
Yeah. But girls can be mean. I mean, they fight with their mamas. You know that. It's like, well, I know that.
I don't
When
think
she-
never experienced that.
She turned, I think, 13, 14. She walked out the door and went to school and came back in. It was like, who in the world are you? And we fought and argued until she was, we had her good times too, but so she was probably 16, 17. And then she started leveling out. And see, by then, I was going through menopause. Her senior year, I was in menopause, and it was crazy. It was crazy. She said, she'd tell everybody, 1 minute all would be so sweet and nice, and all of a sudden the Dad always so bad. But yeah, you couldn't help yourself. I mean, you'd be up and down and all around. But it was our senior year. It was stuff on all of them. Too.
Listen, what you were going through at 13, I'm going through at 40.
It was crazy.
It was like the emotion of all that too, because that's a big emotion. It's the up and Amy's. She went off to college, so you got all
we
your
were getting
kids
ready for all that.
Yeah,
but you know what? God does a great thing, though. He prepares us for that because you think you're going to be real sad and everything. You're gone about 2 weeks. It's like, okay, we got it. Easy now. Let's go. But I thought I was going to die. I thought I was literally going to die because she went 500 miles away.
Yeah.
And it wasn't 2 weeks. It took me a few months that I cried, I moped, I was sad, and I didn't think she needed me anymore. But everybody was telling me, leave her alone, let her grow up. And then she told me not too long ago, she said, well, I didn't think you cared anymore. You didn't call her, right? I said, well, everybody's telling me to let you grow up.
And leave you alone. No, it's a weird, a weird situation. I've told the story on here before, but when we took Mariah to go to college, registration, she did a summer course before, so registration at UT, and I'm beside her the whole way, going through all the things, and we literally are sitting in a line with, like, it's a 5-line deal by alphabet or whatever. And I look up and I'm the only parent in that line. You want to talk about a stage 5 clinger? This one right here, standing there with her. And she's like, "Oh, I think I'm the only parent." She goes, "Yeah, you are. You are." And I'm thinking, "Oh, Lord."
Maybe you
So,
didn't get out of line, sissy.
no, I didn't get out of line until that girl made me get out of line.
Hey, that's
Sent me
all
back
right.
to the gym with the rest of the adults.
Amy and me and Walter. Walter was low back. She had both of us. We did orientation. We did everything.
It's the two parents. Yeah, no, that was hard. And that was hard adjustment for me with the girls. And then now it was easier, but I think by the time Cody got around, because he
Yeah.
was gone for 6 months and we were okay. But my fear was, of course, well, and the same thing with y'all, because y'all had the boys when you got married. We were never alone. We don't know what it's like to not have kids. So how was that adjustment for you guys? Was that easy when the kids all moved out and it's just you and Walter? Because I was really, really, I told you, I was really scared about what I was going to do because we'd never been alone. You know, we had kids, Cody a year later, his dad. It was just a circus for 20 years. And then
It
finally look at
was
each other and go, I don't
great.
know what we're supposed to do.
Jeremy, it was great. Still is. Still
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
We have a good time together. I
Yeah.
mean, we really do. I mean, we just have a great time. We enjoy traveling. We enjoy staying home. Now we have we redid our house, the furniture and all that stuff. That's a little bit stressful on us,
Yeah.
but I told him the other day, I said, what would it be if we built a new home? We
Yeah.
probably killed each other, So,
Yeah.
but
It
he
took us a
still
little while.
wants, he still wants that new home.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It took us a little while, but yeah, we were adjusting to it because, Cody moved out and he moved back in after 6 months and then was here for a couple of years. And then he's moved out in January. So we're been by ourselves again since January. And it's been nice. We've enjoyed
oh,
it. Yeah.
absolutely.
We've enjoyed it. So,
Especially the older you get.
yeah.
You do whatever you want to do. But I mean, hope y'all still working, but is he still working?
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we pick up and go whenever we want to go. We eat where we want to eat. We eat when we want to. I mean, it's just you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, I think that's been the biggest adjustment here is the dinner, because I would cook still because I've always just cooked. Even working, I just cook dinner and not fast food, like actual meals. And when after Cody moved out, all of a sudden he and I are like, "You want a piece of salami and a baked potato? Okay."
You want a sausage wrap? Yeah, okay. That's good.
We eat a ton of sausage wrap.
How about oatmeal? Yeah, I'll take that too.
Yeah.
Charcuterie wine. That's what I mean.
Charcuterie
we
wine.
do that all the time.
Yeah,
Sometimes
so do we.
not even the tray. Sometimes
Just the wine. Yep.
I was just saying that when they going to this conversation a couple months ago, that even if it's just work, listen to Wayne having charcuterie for dinner, she'll do this spread with the salami flowers and all this stuff. And Wayne just came out of there and is open
so
eyes.
bad.
It's just like I'm doing that and cool.
Yeah.
She still do it. Don't just take for another man. It's just for another thing. It's a presentation.
The last time it was just me and him, I started to pull out the board and he goes, "No, just throw it on the table." And I literally took a knife and cut that bag open and just threw it down. He was like, "Tastes the same." It's not the same.
He's right.
It's not the same.
I usually do ours on a paper plate. I'll just put a little bit out,
A Ritz cracker and a American cheese fold. It's not the same as Hawaiian cheese.
It's so true.
It's so funny.
Y'all don't have grandbabies yet, right?
Yes, we do. We have
she
3.
does. I was fixing to go into grandbaby section because that's got to be the
Okay.
best section.
How old are your
Yeah,
grandbabies?
We have a 12-year-old, just turned 10-year-old. Matter of fact, a 12-year-old will be 13 in July. And then we have a 7-year-old.
My thing
That
is,
sounds. I thought y'all
That's
still had
fun.
babies.
Oh, no babies. No babies.
Oh, so what's your favorite
No.
part about being a grandma?
I love going to all the games. That's my favorite thing to do. Is go to all of it. If they're not doing baseball, they're doing soccer. Now, little one don't like soccer too much. That's what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
He likes the baseball better. He'd really like to not do anything, but he's got to do something.
Yeah.
But
Jacob is
He's just a little one, and Jacob is 10, and he's doing that tag football right now.
Flag.
He
Yeah.
really loves that. And
Yeah.
it's fun to watch him do it.
Yeah.
And then Riley's a volleyball player and a cheerleader. She's
Yeah.
in junior high, so she
Oh, how
tried
nice.
out and be a cheerleader.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
nice. So what kind of
so-
sports grandma are you? Are you a nut job or are you a
Oh,
nice, tall,
absolutely.
fun, fair, positive Nana?
Oh, I yell. I do. We all yell. It's a lot of us yell.
We do too.
How it traumatizes them. I know it traumatizes Jane, but then still come out with tears, and and
You're
I think
fine.
you don't. Yeah, you're good. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we all yell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
that
you know,
grandma
Dwayne
that
always
has like do you have McDonald's money for homecoming? Like,
Mm-mm.
there's this whole thing like people talk about too, like people talk about how like grandparents these days are like how their parents as grandparents when they were kids they didn't have McDonald's money, but now all of a sudden as grandparents they always
I
have
gotcha.
McDonald's money. Like for you that
I
you
gotcha.
do things very differently with your grandchildren than you did with your children.
Well, I had the McDonald's money with Amy and Eric mainly, but with the grandkids, they eat so good. My daughter-in-law trained them to eat the vegetables, the grape tomatoes, the fruits, the blueberries, and stuff. So they really don't like junk food.
Yeah.
Now, well, I take it back. One likes Cane's, one likes the chicken, and then one likes Subway. And Riley, the oldest, the girl, she's just found into Starbucks. So
Oh.
she likes the Starbucks gift cards.
Yeah.
That's
But
fine. She's spoiled.
I wouldn't say I spoil. They get so much all the way around, because there's so many of us.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I mean,
that's
it's
right.
us,
Yeah.
and then Charlotte, Walter's ex-wife, and then Carly, my daughter-in-law's parents. So they get stuff everywhere. Then at Christmas, it's like, we all have to cut down on Christmas gifts because they don't have room for everything. And Adam goes, I can't, Adam's my oldest. He says, I can't throw away enough stuff that's already replenishing as they close out divorce. Stop. So then I just to do like, last time I did the baking classes. Riley likes to cook, so she got that.
Like
So we don't
experiences.
experiences, yeah.
We don't,
Wow.
yeah, we don't do a
Yeah.
lot of junky stuff.
Yeah.
Things. Yeah.
I think that's a trendy season more that people offering experiences over stuff. And I had asked like
Mhm.
our oldest about that as well. She's about to be 13, and I was like, I think that. Let me be sure. Would you rather have stuff or experiences? And she was like, I'd rather have experiences.
Mhm.
I think everyone's may ask answer differently, but I think that just seems to be something that a lot of people are doing because, in this world full of such consumption and crap, and there's just stuff.
True. It's true.
hard to, not hard, but just at some point. Yeah,
Mhm.
stuff. They don't need anything.
Well, I know with mine,
If you sit and watch them at Christmas,
they have so many cars that surround them, and then it's up and up, 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 and up, and up. Do you even know what you got?
Yeah.
Because you're going, I ain't done nothing. And, but even the birthday presents we sacked off too because all of us were getting so much stuff for them. And it's just stuff, like you said.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
don't think that's fun.
You don't tell them like I'm going to be a bad, like a good bad grandma. I think one day I'm going to be the always get your way. My kids are going to wonder what happened to me. I'm not the same woman they knew for sure.
That's right.
That's
Mhm.
true.
So
Yeah.
I think that's what Lydia's asking is, do your kids look at you and go, "You're not the same woman that raised us, you freak."
True.
Yeah.
True. Because I do give them what they want.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
because they don't get, she's real good about, the especially with the meals and everything. They're always, she's healthy, my
Yeah.
son's healthy,
Yeah.
and they are healthy. So it's, if they want a piece of candy, if they want, and I always give them M&Ms.
Yeah.
Always. At Christmas, I'll give them the tall little
Yeah.
M&M thing, just something sugary,
Yeah.
But I think I'm all right at it.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. You probably are really good.
I try anyway.
Yeah. Well, Debbie, what would kind of be your when you think about, your mother and your life and your legacy to your kids, what do you want your legacy to be? Um, for your kids, for your future grandkids, because you could have more grandkids one day. What do you want
Mhm.
that legacy to be for your family when they look at
That's a
you?
hard one.
When you think about your mom and what do you want your legacy?
I guess the main thing is that I want my kids to remember that they could always come to me no matter what. There was always unconditional love no matter what. No matter how bad, no matter how good, they could always come to me and not fear.
Yeah.
And I would say that I would want that for my grandkids too. You can always depend on me.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Well, that's a
Do you feel like
fantastic legacy.
they already think that, or is that something you want to strive for?
No, they know. They know. They know.
Yeah, that's a good.
And it's funny because the boys, they'll come to me before they'll go to their mom or their dad.
Mm-hmm.
Always tease them and say, yeah, you're using me as a buffer. That's what you're doing.
The trial run.
They're bouncing it off me to see what the cat licks up. How far that's gonna go.
They always have. She's like, oh, will you please tell Dad? Will you tell Mom what this like? Yes, I'll take it.
Tell mom.
But,
It's funny.
that's the main thing, is that I've always been there for them. And
Yeah.
they can depend on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Well, that's exciting. That's a solid legacy, and I think just knowing that you probably can't already check that off your list, they already feel that way. I'm sure because
well,
I know we feel that way about you. I could come to you. I think
They
Dwayne and I,
do.
when we first started seeing each other, we came to you first. When we after we
It's
had,
true.
Mom, if you were wondering who probably one of the first persons who knew I was pregnant, Debbie was probably one of them.
I was one of the first person. I think I
Yeah.
was the first person to
Yeah.
know that y'all were dating.
Yeah, you
Oh,
probably were.
okay.
'Cause we had a super
tell
secret
this, look.
mission.
You can
Oh,
delete this.
with
Yeah.
Cody then, with the she
Yes,
was the
pregnant
first
with
to know the
Cody,
deer.
yeah.
She's cool. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
pregnant with Cody.
Okay.
This is a story I get called at 8 o'clock at night or so. It's like, hey, did you call Dorcas to tell her to call me? I was like, what? He goes, did you call Dorcas to tell her to call me? I went, what? You want me to call Dorcas? He goes, just call her. Okay. So I called her, just tell her. So then I put two and two together. It's like, boy, I pulled that over on me. Why could he not call her directly?
I think we were. I don't think we had either hadn't exchanged numbers yet or something. I don't remember, but we were just generally talking or friends or whatever. I can't remember why. Yeah. But yeah, you probably were the first one because it was under wraps for a while because we were working together.
Yeah.
You were the first one of the few first people. But then I think because I was still working there when I had Cody.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of the first people to know that I was pregnant because I'm quite sure he told you after we were we were married, but it was after yeah.
He and I have been close for many years.
Yeah.
I helped raise him.
Yeah. Thanks for that.
Well, thank
You
you.
did
You
a good
did a
job,
good
Buck.
job. You did a good job. He's a wonderful son-in-law. Thank you.
He's a good guy. He
He's
really
a good
is.
guy.
He always has stories about y'all officing together and harassing all the other people on the floor and Frito toads is what he always talks about.
No, Maryland, he does know that Fritos. But it was funny because Walter would come over for lunch, and I would always make her lunch.
Yeah.
And so we would eat, and Dwayne would go eat lunch at the little hut, on the corner that had
Hula Hut.
nachos. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, get me some nachos too. You just say, man, shut up and get me some nachos. No wonder I weighed 300 pounds.
The nail on the corner of the courthouse, that one.
Yeah, it was like
Oh.
I can't remember, it's called the hula hut, but
I can't remember. They had good sandwiches. They had yogurt, frozen yogurt, and all. It was so good.
Yeah.
You know, your mother sounds like she was just a lovely, lovely woman.
Yes.
And I heard her back to you this Linda. Is there anything that like the maybe she heard said that you're like, yeah, you know. We talk about that a lot too. And she like you know, there are things like, you know, we joking like we could go to the dances and the center, we could do all that stuff. If there ain't that you're wrong, that even about her intentions, they've been just lovely and wonderful based on what she and everybody, you're like, yeah, not doing that. We're gonna do it your calling.
To be honest with you, really not, because Mom was one that she let us live.
Yeah.
You know, she let us. We went to dances. You had to stand apart. You know, but look, I'll figure out. Leave room for Jesus. Leave room for Jesus.
Yes.
We did that too.
Yeah. But
So she was a woman of faith then, and she knew the Lord.
oh,
And
absolutely,
it sounded like that,
absolutely.
as she got ready to go see the Lord, then it sounded like there was a peace and joy there, even hard
Oh yeah.
as it was. So, yeah.
Both of my parents, you know, were very involved in their church, and my dad was a deacon at the church, and I was a heathen at the church, but I made it through. But
Yeah. Well, mine were preacher's kids, so you know what? You know what? Yeah.
Let me just say, Debbie knew me then too.
Well, y'all survived, didn't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did.
Y'all did good.
It's fine.
I'm real proud of you.
I think we all turned out really good.
Well,
I've enjoyed this, and I hope that I came through for you girls.
You did. You did.
Well, we loved hearing your
This is it.
stories and your life stories and all, and your wisdom, sister. Wisdom. Yeah, it was good.
It's
Thank
actually
you.
fun. I'm not nervous anymore.
Yeah. I told you it goes away. It goes away.
so it's just fun to talk about it. And I said, when you talk about your parents and your friends,
Yes,
and,
that's true.
you know, hopefully you found some letting and you know talk about them and we think that wish we had to move them all.
I wish you would too. I really wish you would too. She was a character.
And she had a good personality, it sounds like. And if she's
sassy.
yeah.
She was funny. She was funny. And and she never met a stranger. And I do the same thing. I have to tell this story. We'll be in a store and Walter will go, "Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it." He can see me fixing to have a conversation with the person next to me. My mother did the same thing, but they'll say, "Don't do it. Don't do it." Yeah, someone will be in front of me. I wonder where that meat is. Well, I know where it was. Don't do it. And that's just trying to be helpful.
So funny.
But
that sounds wrong because that's my encouraged. Like that's what I remember me because like you know it was celebrated at Christmas the girl was this party and then years since I had seen you and I remember kids and I told you earlier that I was her birthday so I was like I need Debbie to come hang out with us again like we need her in our life on the regular because you're one of those people who I feel like I haven't seen you in 15 years but you need to be in our life like you're funny and
Yeah, we
well,
do
it's
need to,
kinda
you know,
like
we need to
we
go
picked up-
camping, Debbie. We need to go camping.
you know, we've looked for trailers too, and we
Y'all
can't
hadn't bought
figure
one? I
out.
thought you had one.
We had one, but we
Oh.
sold it.
Oh.
But it's like we talked about. He started singing at me fast. Hey, come here.
Come here to say hi to Dorcas and the family.
He's all.
Hey, Walter.
Hey, Walter.
What are you doing?
What you
I was
doing?
just looking up your. I sent my daughter your link to your podcast stuff.
Oh,
Well,
yay.
you
Oh,
can read that there,
great.
watch.
Thank you.
Yay.
Hey, tell,
I
That's,
can't hear you, but she was hearing it.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
we can't hear you because I got
Okay.
hearing aids on.
oh, well, tell him that Hondo he
shit.
left at the house, it was sitting there until April.
Really?
It hung there till April.
Dang.
Until it hung around. Every time I go clean the kitchen, I just, oh, there's that money again.
Yes.
You should have put that in your pocket. Well, Cody had it in his hand all the time. I said, no, sir.
Yes.
No, sir.
Put that back.
I said, you put that right back.
Yeah. Problem with him, he walk around here, think, oh, that's mine.
He
But
goes,
no,
oh, this is
look,
nice.
look.
Don't you dare.
So,
No.
but
So yeah.
thanks are good. This has been really fun. I've enjoyed it.
Well, it's
We have
what we
enjoyed it
want
too.
is just to learn about other people's lives and talk about how they raise their kids. And I have not a ton of regrets, but I do have some regrets in the way I raised the kids or interact with the kids. And it's been good to hear other people how they interact and raise their kids.
Not
Their
as
kids always seem so great. They always seem adjusted to family
do.
and all that. So that's great. And Amy just got engaged, which is exciting. He's got so many things coming up.
She is so happy. And
Yeah.
I'm so happy for them. We had a big, but I didn't put many pictures out. And
Yeah.
I'll send you more like that around the house,
Yeah.
But it was such a great. Everything turned out just great. I worried and I worried and I worried, but everything turned out perfect. It's hard
Yeah.
to do that when she's 500 miles away.
Yeah.
And and get everything good and do it the way she wanted it done. Type things. But everything turned out great. And I'm
Yeah.
happy.
That's
So,
great. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
So you got another
Thank
wedding
you.
and a whole nother family. That's what's been exciting here too. Is Cody's seeing somebody that he's really serious about. Mariah's seeing somebody she's serious about. So it's fun it's been nice to add to our family and to watch them grow their own families.
And
So
they
it's
grow
exciting.
up. They've just
Yeah.
grown up, and like you said, it's just, and I am so thankful that all three of them have flourished, and taken on their own life, got good jobs, and it just it makes my heart feel very, very good,
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
go to bed at night. And I'll pray for those kids every single day.
Yeah.
For
We
God
do.
to come where He wants them.
Yeah.
And that's what they need. They need parents and people that'll pray over these kids, especially this thing done.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't
So-
do
Yes,
that.
we
Like,
do.
it's all the way.
Yes, we do.
And then
Yes,
that,
we
and
do.
if it invites you and you go,
Yeah.
so
Leave it alone.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Leave it alone.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
true.
So
That's all I
Okay.
mean. So, just stuck away and let it die later. But all these you want to cook it and every day you just gotta make God, this is your wrong. You did it. If I'm out of home, I have with her. They're your
Exactly.
I love them. I'm here for them. But I used to say like when we were trying to sell our house. That's for this one. I got always my prayer was always, "God, please take our house so that I need to sell the house." Because there's not papers on the other one. I'm the other one, so you need to sell your house. 'Cause this is yours and only hers. So I feel like you can say that the kids is hungry. Jesus, you need to protect your children because there's
That's
nothing I
exactly
can
the way.
do.
That's exactly the way it is, girls.
I can't.
So
I keep
y'all
thinking
belong
that.
to the
So
Lord.
yes, that's right. But
Yeah.
she's saying taxes are due, so I might need to do something. So you better find some money.
You better
Oh,
burn
that's
and book
funny.
some cash in here.
Exactly. Yep. It's funny.
Okay, Lolly. Well, do you want to wrap up?
And so, Debbie, thank you so much. But we really appreciate
Thank
you
you, Debbie.
as always. It's lovely to see you again, and we definitely seriously need to. You can come over and that charcuterie off the state wall. Would be some wine or something. Everything lovely. And for everybody at home listening, thank you so much for tuning into another episode and letting you know the long you don't. But be sure to subscribe or already listen to your podcast for our website. And for other stuff, I have a couple of blog posts that go pretty out to kind of wrap up things that are going on in the show. Maybe that episode's coming out in theory. If you give me a crack on new episodes every Thursday. Things that are tuning in, stories of desperation, hope you connected with something and hoping that you laughed and you cried, whatever. And then we will see you next time. Bye.